Class of 2026. Today you stand at the threshold of tomorrow. The world is yours. Your future is bright. You have worked so hard, and now... Woo! And now! Forget the speech! Here's what you really need to hear. Graduation season's coming, it's the biggest time of year. A name in gold, a mortar charm hanging around the neck. The only gift that hits this hard, so cash that freaking check. Moms are coming for their wallets, the group chat is on fire. Everybody wants to order, crank those listings higher. Name on a necklace, gift of the year, 2 months of graduation. Merchant shift gears, nobody else has it. It's only your best graduation gift ever, boss. Now flip it to the acrylic, light it up, watch it burn. Name inside a glowing keepsake, every grand's concern. No competitor can touch this. ShineOn holds the crown. Load your listings, hit that publish. Don't you dare slow down. Caps are flying, grads are marching. May through June is war. 2 full months of non-stop orders. That's what we're here for. Name on a necklace, gift of the year, 2 months of graduation. Merchant shift gears, nobody else has it. It's only your best graduation gift ever, boss. You want the necklace? We got it. You want the ace acrylic? We got that. 2 months of orders hitting hard. ShineOn's got your back. Name on a necklace, gift of the year. Made through June is golden. Have absolutely no fear. Lease it, sell it, ship it. Watch the notifications ring. This is graduation season. ShineOn's got everything. And so, graduates go forth and just buy the necklace. Just buy the necklace. Friday morning, coffee's hot. Merchants logging in, give it all you got. Michael's live, the chat is moving fast. Every episode built to make your knowledge last. From the screen to your store, we're making moves. ShineOn community, we're all in the groove. 10 a.m. Central, 11 on the East. The weekend's almost here, but first we got this beast. Coffee with ShineOn, we're live tonight. Neon lights and merchants shining bright. Every Friday morning we level up. One
Better ass getting more expensive every day. Zuckerberg's out here buying islands, and your return on that ad spend is crying. But George McConnell is here. Let's get into it. I woke up this morning, checked my ad account. Cost per click went up, I can't even count. Zuckerberg's laughing, he's buying Island 3, while I'm sitting here bleeding my whole ad budget dry. CPM's rising like they got somewhere to be. Meta's got my wallet in the chokehold, can't breathe. Tried to complain about it in a comment thread. Next morning I woke up, my ad account was dead. Don't fight the platform, don't cry to the feed. Learn to work the system, that's all that you need. Lower your costs, stop the bleeding. George McConnell's got what you need. And stop throwing money at ads that don't hit. Optimize your campaigns and just quit. Lower your costs, make Zuckerberg wait. Your budget's not his, let's set it straight. Enter George McConnell, he's here to school you right. Been in the trenches, running ads day and night. He knows the algorithm like the back of his hand, while you're out here boosting posts that nobody planned. Stop wasting dollars on the wrong kind of click. Creative's tired, your audience is sick. Retarget, refresh, let the data talk. Stop guessing on your ads and let George walk the walk. Don't fight the platform, don't cry to the feed. Learn to work the system, that's all that you need. Lower your costs, stop the bleeding. George McConnell's got what you need. And stop throwing money at ads that don't hit. Optimize your campaigns or just quit. Lower your costs, make Zuckerberg wait. Your budget's not his, let's set it straight. $5 a day or 500 don't matter. If your creator's weak, your results gonna shatter. Fix your hook, fix your copy, fix your target first. Bad ads with big budgets, that's the worst. Coffee with Shine on Friday morning live. George McConnell showing us how to survive. Lower your costs, stop the bleeding. George McConnell's got what you're needing. Identify what's broken, fix it fast. Build campaigns that are actually built to last. Lower your costs, Zuckerberg can't wait. Friday morning, 10 a.m., don't be late. And somewhere out there, Zuckerberg just bought island number 4. Don't let him buy a 5th one on your budget.
What's up? How is everybody doing this morning, huh? Do you like those tunes? I got to tell you that my favorite part of Coffee with ShineOn every week is making all the music. It really is. I have a blast. I get up at like 5:30 in the morning and I get, 2 or 3 cups of coffee in me and I just sit there and make music. It's so much fun. What is up from Seoul? How's it going? Man, that's a long ways away. What time is it there? Is it like 10 o'clock at night? It is late. Yeah, you love the music. Yeah, we do too, man. The music is it's a blast. It's fun. Nice jams. Yeah, that's right. What's up, Mike? How's it going? Annette, welcome to the party. Kelly, glad to have you. Chris asked if we're using Suno. No way, man. I get up with my synthesizer and I get my looper out and I'm using Suno. I'm using Suno. I type words and AI does all the work. Guys, speaking of AI, I don't want to get down a rabbit hole here, but we are screwed. I see posts like every week where people go, yeah, with AI, the most important skill is taste. It'll never take your taste. And then I get a song generated from Suno, and I'm like, I don't know about that, man. It's pretty freaking good at everything. Yeah, go get some coffee, Mike. Let's do it. Sandy, welcome. Good to see everybody this morning. Hope you're doing well. Where is everybody? This is always fun. We got New Hampshire here. Where is everybody? Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any of our Facebook comments come through. Facebook changed how you stream into the groups. Yeah, we technically haven't totally figured out a way around it. I'm sure it's simple. And the fault is on our side, but is what it is. We have someone from the Bronx, Phoenix, Kennesaw, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arkansas, woo. The UK, sunny UK, so that's must be different. Where at in the UK? Norway, Antarctica on a cruise. No, you're not. You're kidding. You're pulling my leg. I want to believe this so bad. Antarctica is the only place we have never had someone join for the toast. You're pulling my leg. I want to believe this so bad. I'm feeling very gullible here. Minsk, California, Northwest Arkansas. SF is San Francisco, I think. Yeah, well, welcome. Welcome, everybody. So we got a good one today. We have George here, obviously, if you weren't paying attention to the music. And George is going to teach about meta ads and lowering your ad costs, which is always a popular topic here on Coffee with ShineOn. Every time we do anything related to meta ads, it's popular. But when we talk about low budget methods, it's really popular. People love that. Missouri, where are you at in Missouri? Curious about that. South Arkansas, Tennessee. Send a picture from Antarctica, please. Yeah, you never responded, did you? I think I'm getting my leg pulled. I just want to believe it so bad, you guys. You just have no idea. You have no idea how bad I want to believe it. Okay, let's get into it. Do me a favor, like this post, hit the notification bell and subscribe on YouTube. It costs you nothing, but it's a huge boost to the channel, and we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Oh, Stephanie said it was a joke. Oh, I'm crushed. I'm crushed. We got to get someone to Antarctica. Dude, if anybody here in the audience has a friend that they know or a friend of a friend that's going to Antarctica for any reason, we got to get them on the live stream to do a Coffee with ShineOn toast. The Digital Marketers toast at some point. All right. Like the post, do all the stuff the algorithm loves. We appreciate it. All right. Few announcements, and then we'll get to George here. So we have the first sale challenge. If you're new to ShineOn or you've been here for a while, you haven't made a sale, join the first sale challenge. It costs $5. We're finding that when we compare people that go through the first sale challenge to people that haven't, they're twice as likely to get a sale, right? They're twice as likely to get their first sale if they've taken the first sale challenge, right? It's $5, dirt cheap, costs as much as a freaking latte, probably cheaper these days with inflation. You get 2 live streams, you get on-demand trainings. There's a step-by-step Shopify store setup guide in there. There's research strategies. We do some Facebook ads training. And we also have kind of a daily action plan to kind of hold you accountable and help you get through your first sale. Please join it. It's hosted by Andy. And if any of you guys know Andy, he's just been a ShineOn favorite for years and years and years. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. He's super positive. He's a great guy. Very, very sharp when it comes to e-commerce and print on demand. I know that this will be worth your money. It's $5. Go check it out. We also have the Level Up in 30 Challenge. That's starting. We're kicking off a new cohort in April. So this is a 30-day challenge. You get to join an exclusive group. It's led by Tammy. She just basically gets everybody together. There's a leaderboard. There's weekly live calls. There's posts in the group every single day. I don't remember everything she does. It's a ton of stuff, right? And it's all just kind of designed to help us stay accountable, help us take action. And it's also usually the content is steered towards whatever the upcoming holidays are. So we ran a 100 challenge. Yes, that was the name in Q4. And that cohort of users generated something like $600,000 in combined revenue. It was really successful. We've also had a number of top merchants, like top merchants today, that have said they've taken the 100 challenge in the past. They highly recommended it as being something that kind of like really helped them advance and level up kind of in their skills. So we decided to try and experiment this year rather than the 100 challenge. We're trying to do them every 30 days. So we're going to see how that goes. Anyway, I think this is our third one here in April. I do know this sells out really quick. In fact, I think there are 200 seats open and we had already pre-sold like 80 of them or something like that. So if you want to be part of the challenge, I'd go sign up now. With Mother's Day, graduation, and Father's Day around the corner, these are going to be super popular, guys. So if you're interested, go hop in it. You can get there at ShineOnChallenge.com. ShineOnChallenge.com should take you to the challenge. Yeah, right here. Grammy says, Tammy's awesome. I have to join again for April. Join again. So they've joined more than one. Oh, third one. This is the third one they've joined. So how about that? Here, been there twice. This is Phil. So yeah, you can see these are really popular. Go check them out. Okay, some new product announcements. We have the graduation name necklace. So it's a name necklace with the little graduation cap on top. Look, a lot of people sleep on graduation. It's probably not something we've promoted enough here at ShineOn. We always tend to focus on Mother's Day around this time of year. However, graduation is huge. And one of the things I love about graduation is the selling season for graduation is very long. It starts kind of at the beginning of May, and it doesn't really end until the end of June. There are graduation parties and events all throughout that time period. So it's like a 60-day window to be selling these products. The other thing is we tend to kind of forget how many gifts, like what a big gifting holiday graduation events are, right? So, you know, typically if you have a friend and they've got a son that's graduating, or you have a cousin that's graduating, or anything kind of like that in that realm, you almost are always required to give a gift, right? It's one of those obligatory holidays, if that makes sense. So it's a good thing to target. Every single year, we have a couple merchants that just absolutely crush it for graduation. It always comes out of left field and surprises us. So this year, we decided to launch some products specifically for it. So anyway, we have the graduation name necklace. This thing will be super popular. You get to sell it with a message card too. So you can put some kind of like class of 26, you know, thing, you know, the world may be crazy and you started high school in a pandemic and you ended it, and what you know, you can come up with some kind of message there that speaks to the specific events and things like that the class of 2026 has gone through. And if you do it right, I'm telling you, it can hook buyers, and they'll be way more likely to buy. I remember when COVID hit, so this would have been 2020. I remember that there was a message card in the 2020, there was a graduation product for 2020, and it was one of our what was it? It was like the bar necklace with a birthstone on it. But I remember the message, because the message said something like, "You started school in 2001," and it talked about what happened on 9/11, and then it went through the Great Recession that they went through, because they were kind of going through school during the Great Recession. And then it led up to how they're graduating during a pandemic. And they put all that on the message card, and it was a top seller for graduation. So I'm telling you, if you play your cards right, you can do something really cool with graduation. All right, so here's the next product. I'm actually really excited about this one. So this is the graduation name necklace on a keepsake acrylic. Right? So this is where the acrylic itself is almost like the message card, and the necklace kind of hangs over the acrylic. I'm telling you, if you use the right personalization methods on this product, you can do something really cool. You can do something really, really cool with this. And grandparents will freaking buy this kind of stuff. You know, like they would, if you have the right message on it and you can help them visualize what it would look like for their grandson or granddaughter or whatever to have the product, I'm telling you, they will snatch it up. They will snatch it up. All right. Next, we have the magnetic hearts necklace. So I wish I had a video of this to show you, but basically these two items here, these are the same item. The little hearts have magnets in them, and they kind of, they group up like a 4-leaf clover right here. It would have been great for St. Patrick's Day. We were a little bit late. Now, I will tell you, we have tested this product internally in our own stores twice. And both times, this product sold. Both times, we had really positive hits on this product. So we're launching it to the public. Now, I will tell you, it's a test product, right? So I just lost a monitor. You guys still here? Can you hear me? I'm back. I'm going to assume we're good. If you can't hear me, let me know in the chat. All right, so this is a test product. I'm just letting you know. So that means that we kind of ordered it in a small batch, right? So we've got kind of a small quantity of these. Now, if you guys start selling these, we'll reorder and we'll be able to resupply. It's no big deal at all. I do need to let everybody know, though. That's the intent. We're kind of doing a small batch test run here of this product, and if it sells well, we're gonna resupply, and we'll have these. And it only is going to take us, a couple weeks or something to resupply. So anyway, try this product out. I think you'll be surprised at the results. Okay, and then finally, I wanted to bring up the notebook. This is something we launched, I think, 5 or 6 weeks ago, but we do have gift wrap now for the notebooks, and we've got this little personalized message card or personalized note here that goes in the gift wrap. This product is super popular on Etsy. I know we always attract a lot of Etsy merchants, so I wanted to make sure that we featured it and reminded everybody that we had this. Okay, next we've got a feature I want to tell you about. So we have a new design publisher update. You guys really need to go check this out. I actually wish I had a demo because this just doesn't do it justice. You get to save your designs now inside of ShineOn and then apply them to different products, right? So you get to save your designs in ShineOn using the publisher, and then you get to apply the designs to different products. And very soon, we're going to make it so with one design, you can batch publish against a bunch of different products. Right, it's kind of where we're headed here. We're not quite there yet, but right now you can save the design in the publisher. So make sure you guys go check that out if you missed this update, because I think it probably went under the radar for a lot of people. But this has been out now, I think, for almost a month. Okay, you guys good? You excited? You like this stuff? Who's excited about the graduation name necklace? I want to know who is going to try that one. That is one I'm actually really excited about. I'm getting in one of those moods. This happens to me about twice a year where I kind of want to fire up a store myself and get some ads going and see how this stuff goes. I miss being a merchant so bad, guys. It's just hard, man. It's hard. I work a lot of hours at ShineOn. It's tough. All right, so yeah, we got some people excited. Heck yeah. Couple of them in my store right now. Way to be. That's what I like to see. It's awesome. Very, very cool. All right, hey guys, do me a favor. If you like what we do here every week, the resources we provide, the challenges we run, the products, whatever it is, dude, it would mean the absolute freaking world to us if you could just go leave us a review in the Shopify App Store. If you could just leave us a review, it'd mean the world to us. Your reviews help us more than you can possibly imagine. They really, really do. They affect our ranking in the algorithm. And I can tell you that the Shopify algorithm has been super freaking weird. They're not really on my good side. I kind of feel like they're putting their fingers on the scales a little bit with some of their corporate favorites. I have no evidence of that. It just feels that way. But if you could go leave us a review, look, we can't afford a Super Bowl commercial. And until we can, we have to depend and rely on the kindness of great people like you. And if you could go leave us a review, I'd appreciate it. Now, I can't influence, I can't tell you go leave us a 5-star review or anything like that. I would never do that. It's against Shopify's terms of service. However, if you could just leave us an honest review times 5, I'd appreciate that. Just an honest review times 5. Again, any rating you want, but an honest review times 5 would be amazing. I would really appreciate that. Okay. You guys ready? You guys ready for me to bring George out? Type George in the comments if you're ready for George. George in the comments if you're ready for me to bring George out. George in the comments. I'm like 15 or 20 seconds behind here on the comments. George, we got a chant started. All right. Hey, George, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Okay. Let's get him out here. George!
Hello.
What's up, man?
Not much. I actually had a lot of espresso, so I'm ready to go.
Heck yeah, dude. How'd you like that song?
I loved it. I love both of them, though, all three of them. But the one that had my name, obviously, it's going to be the winner for me. So,
Oh yeah, it's going to get your attention. I had a fourth one I had to drop today that was really fun too, but I couldn't fit them all into the 10-minute sequence, so I had to drop one. But I picked the best three, so I think you guys will be happy. So George, every week we do a digital marketer's toast, right? Question for people in the chat: who here has never done a digital marketer's toast? Who here has never done a digital marketer's toast? Let me know in the chat. The digital marketer's toast is magic.
What are we toasting? Did I forget? Because I didn't bring any alcohol with me. Oh, no. You didn't tell me.
It's okay. You can use mugs, bottles, or flasks. That works. We do these every single week. I personally think they're kind of magical. It's like the dopamine hit that kind of runs around the world. We've had every continent represented in a digital marketer's toast except Antarctica. That's why I was so freaking bummed that we didn't actually have somebody in Antarctica. But it's fun. We do these, and this is no joke. People report getting sales after we do them. We've had people that I'm not making this up. Seriously, people that have reported getting tinglies all over their body when they do the digital marketer's toast. I know it's freaking woo-woo, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I like to tell people that, Zuckerberg, he's waking up right now, probably, and he's got his finger over the ban button, right? Like he's in a pissed off mood. He's about to tighten up the security on Facebook. He's about to start banning accounts. And then we do the digital marketer's toast, and, the sun comes out, a butterfly lands on his finger. His wife brings him a hot cup of coffee, and suddenly he's in a good mood again. And he gets distracted, and we all survive another day, right? That's the power of the digital marketer's toast. All right, you guys ready? Raise up your glasses, mugs, bottles, and flasks. Join me now for the digital marketer's toast. Here's to more conversions, more cash, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs, higher CTRs, much higher CVRs to enable ad accounts and big bank accounts, upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, to the thing that everybody knows, the riches are in the niches, but also your email flows. Cheers, everybody. Drink up. There we go. All right, pause. You guys feel that? Check your phone. You got any sales coming in? Somebody's getting tinglies right now, I guarantee it. Let us know in the chat if anything fun just happened.
All right. Well, my wife is out shopping right now, so I'm getting some notifications of money being spent. So I guess that works, right?
Oof. That's not good. Some people sometimes are like, I was in a bad argument with my spouse and they just texted me and said that they were wrong and they were sorry. And I'm like, that's the power. That's the power right there. I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. Okay, let's get George up here. George, you used to go by the name Etsy Mentor. You have one of the top 300 Etsy stores in the freaking world. You've done millions of dollars in print on demand and e-commerce sales. I'd like to give you a minute to kind of introduce yourself to our audience. I know you've been here a few times before, but we also have tons of new people every time we do one of these. So tell us a little bit about kind of who you are, what your background is, and why people should listen to you today.
Well, first, thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate it. And everybody out there, thank you for joining today. Hope that you learned something from this. But just to give you a little bit of insight, if you don't know who I am, my name is George McConnell. I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. I started my own businesses back when I was in the 3rd grade and just kept on expanding from there. I was lucky to work for companies like Samsung and Sharp, where I learned a lot about marketing. So I have a marketing background for the past 20 years, where I was able to launch their cell phones, their tablets, TVs, even down to like SBSN Live, which was, their first on live, communication with customers and stuff like that, even down to just doing their live chats and also entire call centers. So I have a lot of knowledge about how consumers shop, how consumers see things, and how to lower costs and increase the revenue and ultimately your net profit, which is all what it comes down to. Every time somebody asks me, how did you become wealthy? How did you do this? How did you do that? it wasn't the products that made me money. It was my margins. And it was just understanding how to market to that specific customer that made me all the money. So that's what I really want to teach you guys today, on how to see that customer, how to market to them, and how to get more money in your pocket.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I think that's great. And we're going to be focused on low cost budget methods for Facebook, right? Or like how to run Facebook ads cheaply.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about like how do you utilize social media, because it is one of the most powerful tools out there that get you seen, and then how to take that to lower your ad costs overall.
Okay. So by the end of today's episode, people are going to understand how they can use their social media, right, to run more effective ads.
Yes, how to build up that social media following, how to get more views, how to get more sales based off of it, but then also ultimately, if you do want to run ads and not just always have the organic traffic, how to lower the sales by utilizing your social platforms.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, do you want to screen share? How would you like to kick this off?
I mean, I have a couple things already on here. Since you were talking about graduation, I even was throwing a little bit of ad creatives while you were doing that so that we could talk about that in addition. But I'm going to start this off just by showing the power of social media so that we can talk about that and then relay that on how you can utilize meta ads using it. But to show the power that you don't have to have as much ad spend, you don't have to, go out there and just post and hope for the best, how to actually utilize it and get seen, because nobody knows who we are. If you start a website, if you're on Etsy, nobody knows who you are. So how to get out there so people actually know who you are and want to buy from you.
Excellent.
Awesome. Let me know when you're ready and I'll start sharing.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think once you share, I'm going to have to bring it up on the screen here.
All right, let me see here. I'm going to share my entire screen so everything pops up.
Okay, perfect. Are you comfortable with me pulling that up?
Yep.
The whole screen? Okay.
That's fine. It's going to just show me and you really quick right now, and then I'll go over.
There we go.
Perfect. All right. So the first thing I want to do is just talk about, I had my own shop, and I just want to show you, yes, it did have global sales 398. I am ranked the number 298 out of all of the US. I haven't sold in this store in 2 years. I stopped selling 2 years ago in this store. And this store here alone, like I said, it has a ton of sales. I had 30,000 reviews. So I'm not BSing you over here. The information I'm about to give you is accurate, has built me into multi-million-dollar businesses. So I just wanted to show that so that you actually see some transparency that I did make money. All right. So with that being said, I want to show
very
this.
impressive, dude.
Oh, thank you.
What timeline was that over? Sorry.
5 years. Yeah. In 5 years, I built that. I made my first million in 3.
In when?
3 years.
So you started around 2020, is that right? No, you've been
it was 2019. At 2018 I launched it, and then 2019 I actually launched the business itself. The first year I brought in 287,000. Then after that it was a little under 7, and then I hit the million in 3.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good for you.
And because that one was a physical store, not so much POD, which I launched the POD afterwards, my margins were like 64%. So it was pretty good. But you also have to think, okay, well, with that being said, the 64%, I did have 3 warehouses. So when it cuts into, profits and stuff like that, when everybody always asks me, they're like, okay, well, do you prefer POD or do you prefer physical? And it's like, well, physical has those higher margins, but it's a lie, because after you actually have all your employees, after you have all of your warehouses and all of that, it comes to the same without you needing to do the work. So that's where.
So when you say physical, you're talking like you had an actual brick and mortar, like storefront and stuff.
Yeah. And that, when you have POD, you don't have to worry about that. I can literally sit on a beach rather than sitting in a warehouse.
So when you also did by the way, to manage me here if I'm asking too many questions, when you also did when you say you had like physical brick and mortar, was it like print on demand type products you were selling, where you were like printing t-shirts and stuff like that?
So I started with actually leather. So I had a company that sold cell phone cases, and I was selling the cell phone cases, made about 130,000. I didn't feel like that was enough to replace my actual job at the time with Samsung. So I said, let's figure this out. I took the leather from the cell phone cases, threw that online, and blew up and started that business with $100. So I started this business that's multi-million dollars, and I sold it 2 years ago with just $100.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you,
And,
man.
you know, when
Incredible.
people do ask that, though, it's like, oh, how did I find POD down the road? Because I found POD about 2022. It was because I was sick and tired of my warehouses, and I was looking for a 3PL. And I was like, I need to find a 3PL, which anybody that doesn't know what that means, it's third-party logistics, meaning I want to get my stuff out of my warehouse and put it in somebody else's.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I found print on demand. And I said, oh, wow, there's people out there that will just make me products, and I don't have to have a warehouse or employees. And when you start doing the math on that, and you're like, well, I have 64% here, but when you start taking all the expenses, $10,000 for your warehouses, you know, spending, what was I had 5 employees at the time, so it was a couple $1,000s each month in employees as well. Once you start calculating that in, and then the ease of being able to not have dead weight, the POD is a no-brainer. Because you don't have to, you could switch things up nonstop versus I had tons of dead weight because I'd have to buy stuff in advance to keep that lower price and not know if it was going to work or not, you know?
I can't tell you how many times we've had merchants that like they sell with us for a while and then they're like, I'm going to try to do it on my own. They leave for 6 to 9 months and then they come back and they're like, will you just buy all my inventory from me? I want to come back and sell through you. Cause they just, you know, you burn out quick, man. It is actually really hard to manage employees, manage all the inventory, to do all the packaging and the shipping yourself. Like it adds up really quick.
Yeah. And then everybody always asks me, like, I'm very transparent, as anybody that's in this chat knows. What niches did you get into when you did POD? And the 3 top ones: babies, birthdays, and weddings. Because there's always somebody having a baby, there's always somebody has a birthday, and there's always weddings going on. Hitting those 3 niches, you tackle it, you kill it every single time. So, you know, you're always going to get somebody out there that's looking either for a gift or for themselves, and you're going to capitalize and make a ton of money, which, you know, as long as you're able to market it and know exactly what they want, that's how you make all that money.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. All right.
So I'm going to share this again really quick. I'm just going to use a hat company to give an example here, because this hat company that I've noticed, one hat company is running consistent ads and their social media is garbage. The other one, their social media is on point. They don't run any ads. They charge 2 times more money and 4 times more money than the lowest cost to hat, meaning that they're able to charge 4 times the cost by only just having social media. So right there, they're already benefiting just from the social media itself. So let me share this again here. All right. All right. So this one right here. See this company here? It's called, and if this is anybody's company out here that's currently watching, I'm just going to show you what you could do a little bit better. You can do the same thing that this other company is doing and blow up. All right. So right here, they're running ads. They also have this right here. I searched it up to find them so that they would pop up. And this hat themselves, they're charging $20.90 per hat. Okay. With this, when you look at their social media account is very boring. Now, a lot of people may look at this and say, hey, well, that's pretty good because they're showing the real hat. But that's not what people want social media for. When they're looking at social media, they want to escape. That's why we do it. We look at it because we want to change our life. We want to imagine that we have this product in our life. Maybe, you know, you're like me and you're just staring at Rolls Royces and you're like, oh my God, I need this car, but it's 500 grand. Like, but I'm just still going to keep watching it and liking that every single night. All right. Same thing here. When somebody's looking for a hat, they want something that shows them actually with the hat, not a hat just with grass behind it or a tree behind it. Now, just to show you an example, this is one called Ruby Moon. All right. They only have 19,000 followers, not a crazy amount. All right. They sell on Etsy as well as their own website. And if you scroll through it, you see it's very different. So they show them shipping wholesale, right? Then they show the individual hats. Then they show with actual people wearing the hats, okay? This is to show that lifestyle sort of photo of what you would put it on, what you would wear it, and how you would look, because you start envisioning yourself with that product. In addition to that, they're not selling it. So say if I were to click on one of these and I click on this, you know, they have no information here. It's just fire. Right here, it just says custom cap. I mean, there's nothing really involved in it. Here, they're saying different things, right? And again, it's not a sales. You want to do an 80-20 split where you're not selling people. You're literally just trying to get them to like those pictures, get in the mindset of this is their product. So here it just says, have the day you deserve. That's it. That's all they're doing. They're not saying go buy it. They're not saying anything like that. Then even if I were to go another one, maybe, let's see, they have like a 3 cap somewhere. I saw it said, oh, right here. Like on the fence about which color to choose, you can never go wrong with neutral. They're not shoving it down your throat saying, hey guys, buy this hat, 20% off, so on and so forth. With that being said, they are able to charge a crap load more for their hats. No sales at all. $36, $50, 36 down here, 39, so on and so forth. They're able to charge twice as much money for that other hat, and their custom hats, a custom hat on Etsy is about $12. So they're able to charge 4 times more money just because of social media and because they're standing out. So what I wanted to do for this is to see, okay, what type of jewelry is popping up? And 67% of people right now are using social media to find products. So this is why ads are so important.
Let me repeat back to you kind of what I'm hearing. You're basically saying that like a lot of people kind of sleep on social media or they just do it wrong. And by social media here, you're specifically referring to things like Instagram, their Facebook page, maybe TikTok if they have TikTok going on or something like that. And you're saying there's kind of a lazy way to do it, and then there's kind of the smart marketer way of doing it, right? The lazy way of doing it is just like you're taking pictures of the product. They're all the same. It's basically like your social media is basically like product listings is basically what it is. It's like pictures of the product, like set up like you're going to sell them. It's like the same stuff you might expect to see on your Etsy store or something like that. But the other way of doing it is you think about, you put yourself in the shoes of your buyer and you say, what are they using social media for? And I actually like what you said, where people are doing it to escape, right? One of my favorite marketing lessons of all time came from Frank Kern. He said that everybody wants a new kind of life, right? Everybody, doesn't matter who they are, is kind of unhappy with where they're at. Everybody is at some level, and they all want a new kind of life. They have this like romanticized version of what they think life could be, and that's what they want. And that is what your opportunity when it comes to social media, right? And so back to your hat store, the examples there, they're selling the dream, right? It's like the hats in front of baseball fields. It's the sitting around the baseball field with the hat on. It's got this summer nostalgic kind of vibe going on to it. And basically what's happening here is they're creating an emotional experience around their product. And that is what allows them to sell more, right? The perceived value of the product is higher because they're doing the marketing side so well. That's kind of what I'm hearing you. Is that correct?
100% correct. And, if I had my water bottle with me instead of this bottle, I always show that as an example. I say, if I take this water bottle, and I'll just say it with this one, even though this is a Yeti and it won't make the same sense, but if I take a water bottle and I put it like here, and I say, there's your water bottle, it's like $5. But then if you put that water bottle in the hands of somebody wearing athletic wear, like now it's like, okay, is that person going to the gym? Is that person just going out for a run? Is that person, they look healthy because they're drinking the water.
Yeah, that's good.
I charge $35 for that water bottle when I can only charge $5 when it was just a standalone picture.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Totally.
So like you even said just before, that perceived value is so important, but we want to see it in our lives. Like when I pull up jewelry here, and anybody out there, I talk very fast because I try to pack as much information as possible for you. So if you need me to slow down, just let me know. Okay. But when you pull up jewelry, it doesn't matter how much that jewelry is. You can be selling something for $30 or you could be selling something for $30,000. The perceived value is based off of your picture. So how elegant does it look? So when I'm going through here and I'm looking at all these different pieces of jewelry, how does it make a person feel looking at that? How would it look on, say, their hand? How would it look on, their wrist, their ears, so on and so forth? So going through that and looking at it, you can see that some of these right here, this is just views based off of Reels. They have a necklace, and I really liked this one that had 5,000 views on here. And it was just such a subtle video. Nothing crazy at all. Just said, hey, mix and match, just had a picture of that. So what I decided to do before launching like an ad or anything, I went to ShineOn. I found this one here that said Katie, okay? And then I used ChatGPT to grab that, and make this. So I wanted just the picture of the girl's neck. I didn't want their face because I didn't want somebody staring at the person. I want somebody to be focused on the necklace itself. With that, I have the sun shining in, hitting and glimmering on the necklace, showing it shine. And then from there, it's like, okay, how can I make this better? Because obviously video really is king. It's going to stop anybody from scrolling. So I jumped on, grabbed it here, and made a quick video within 2 seconds of showing the same exact thing. So as you see, you have some shine there. She covers it. You have the shadowing of her hand. She's touching it a little bit. And this is a perfect video that you can now post on social media that's going to stop somebody from scrolling.
Wow. That's awesome. That's from Grok.
Yeah, I've been pushing Grok a little bit. I like Kling. Kling 3.0 is like one of the best, but if somebody doesn't know how to prompt, you can waste credits very quick. So Grok, $20 a month, and you can push a video out. They do have free version as well, so you can test it out. But within 2 seconds, all I said was, subtle movement, just showcasing the necklace. And now I have my video, right? Same thing over here, just that picture. You can go with the static picture or you can go with the video, see what your consumers like. From there, just going into ChatGPT and saying, hey, make this an ad creative for me. I don't want to sell somebody because people don't want to be sold things. They want to see it and then want to have that feeling themselves. If you can create an emotional connection on an ad or your social media that is an emotion of happiness, sadness, or anger, you're going to get that engagement. Now, anger is a little heated here and there. Sometimes I make some people mad on some of the things I say, but it creates more engagement for me in that sense. For this, obviously, we want to hit it with happiness or sadness to create people to want that product. So
this is where this is one of the places ShineOn, I feel like, has an edge in the market, because we have the message card, and on the message card you can put a sentimental or emotional phrase. And we've got a couple sayings around here, George, to help people remember that you're trying to create an emotional experience. And the emotion almost doesn't even matter. It's like, if you can make somebody feel something, they're going to be more likely to pull out their wallet and buy your thing. And so we say it's the phrase that pays, right? Because it's the word, it's the phrase that creates the emotional experience. We say, if they feel it's real. And there's a third one, phrase that pays, if they feel it's real, if they cry, they'll buy.
Yep.
That's the third one, right?
Yep.
And it's all around. It's the same thing you're saying. It's like, if you can move somebody emotionally, they're just more likely to buy your stuff.
That's all marketing really is. That's all
it is.
Is just about creating that emotion. And when I talk about the anger aspect, that's more people for like TikTok and YouTube videos and stuff like that. Yeah. You don't want to create the anger in that campaign.
Provocative, like political T-shirts. I mean, that's working on, right? That
would work, yes.
It's provoking people, but like anger it's a legitimate type of emotion. We have lots of remembrance type items that sell, George, where it's like people see a product and they cry because it makes them remember a loved one. That works. You made somebody feel sad and they'll buy your stuff. It's wild.
Yeah, just like the graduation here. So what I did was I went to ChatGPT and I have so I was started with like Mother's Day, which you were talking about, but then you went to graduation. So obviously I created an ad campaign for Mother's Day, and it doesn't need to be anything crazy because people don't read anymore. They literally just look at the pictures or videos. That's how everybody shops now. So it wasn't anything crazy, just a simple personal yours, or you could change this to theirs if you're going for gift givers. But after that, I said, okay, let's make it for a graduation gift. So right here, it's she's grown. That is going to instantly create that sadness. It's a mother, it's a grandmother, whatever it is, could be a father. And as they see that, they get sad, like you said, and they're thinking, my baby's grown up,
Yep.
And now you've just created that emotional connection that they feel like they need to buy this for them. She's accomplished something real. Now give her something she'll carry with her every step forward, a gift she'll never take off, personalized for her next chapter. All of these strike an emotional connection with that buyer. So whether you're on social media doing an ad, this is important because you want to strike that with them, especially on an ad sense as they're scrolling through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, as I'm creating this, why I was talking about the social aspect and why this is so important is, one, it helps you with organic traffic, but two, it helps you with your ads. So jumping right into ads really quick, you have, a couple of different options. You have your traffic or sales, and this depends. Hey, am I using Etsy or am I using my own website? When you're using your own website, you can instantly just use sales. If you're using Etsy, traffic is probably the best bet because we don't have a pixel. So when you're using your own website, using your pixel is going to help you with the conversions and know what's working and what's not. So
yeah. So just in case George lost anybody there, what he's saying is when you're using Meta, they have a thing called a pixel that tracks conversions, and it basically allows you to keep track of how well your ads are performing, right? So if you run an ad, somebody sees it, clicks it, goes to your store and buys something, your ad will show a purchase, right? And you can see it right inside of Ads Manager, and it helps you determine what's more effective. The issue is on Etsy, you can't put your pixel on Etsy. So you lose the attribution. So if somebody goes from Facebook over to Etsy and then buys, you can't track that user, right? It'll never show back up in the ad account. So what George is saying is rather than run ads for purchase conversion to your Etsy store, it might be better to run traffic because it's cheaper. Is that more or less correct, George?
Yes. Yeah. And, Etsy does have their own pixel. We just can't utilize it ourselves, which is horrible. I wish that we could. So they'll understand, hey, did this convert or not? But they don't share that data with us, unfortunately. That's why having your own website is important, because you can see that data and pass that along to Facebook so you can lower your ad spend. That's number one on how to lower your ad spend. But after you choose whatever one you want, obviously you would choose your website. This one here gets some people confused, right? So you would do maximize number of conversions if you had a website with a pixel. And if you had Etsy, you could choose one of these two. Now, what is the difference? One is here. These are like serial link clickers. They just click, click, click on everything. So your cost will be low, but will it actually convert? It may or may not. Whereas this landing page, this will cost you a little bit more money, but it's people that are going to wait for that page to actually load. And once it loads, now you're like, okay, they're there. So let's try to sell them, versus this one that clicked, didn't wait for it to load, bounced before it even got anywhere. Even though this may be like 7 cents a click, is it really converting? Maybe not. Okay. So choosing one of these is a better option, the landing page. And if you do have a website with a pixel, choose the conversion option, just because it's going to help you so much more in the long run. Now, as you scroll down, why was social media so important? Because as soon as you come here, typically what we would do back in the day is you would say, okay, well, I want to do hats, right? And you just choose hats as an apparel. And then that's it. And it kind of gives Facebook an estimate of what they're going after. But it's going after every single person. So it's so broad that it doesn't really know. So instead, if you were to come here to right under here, create new, you have two options, custom audience and lookalike audience. And if I were to do a custom audience, I could base this off my website. I could base this off a video, Instagram, or my Facebook. And say if I were to do my Instagram account and I clicked here, right there, I can actually choose between how many days, so say just the past 30 days, 90 days, whatever. And I could choose people who started a profession or following my account, people who have engaged with my account, people who have visited my account, or people who have engaged in a post or an ad. So say if you just launched this one with a necklace, right? And that's on your social media. People are liking it. People are clicking on it, right? Now, what do we want to do? We want to get it back in front of their face, because they only saw it that one time on social media. They only saw it that one time on Instagram. Subconsciously, it's in their head. And subconsciously, they remember seeing it, but they're not going to just actively go search for it. So instead, we would choose this. So when they liked it or they engaged with that post in some way, shape, or form, now the next time they go on Facebook or Instagram, guess what's popping up? That product, that ad for our product to them. So now they're seeing it again. Then we're retargeting them in a different way. So we'll have a picture, and then the second ad would be maybe a video. The retargeting will hit them again. So their subconscious hits them and goes, I need to buy this because I've been seeing it too much. It's following me around. This is a sign. I need to buy this for, my baby girl. She's graduating. I know that she would love it. So all we'd have to do is just click on that and go through and create an audience name. Now, the same thing is if you have a video, right? So say if I did a video, I could do the video where I'm really engaging with people here based off of how long my video is. So typically, first 3 seconds, do those people really care? But if somebody watched 95% of your video, or even 75, maybe even 50% of your video, and you choose a video that you want them to go after, it knows this group of people love your content. This group of people want to see more from you. So why not sell to them? Instead of selling to such a broad amount of people that, Facebook's trying to figure out, hey, who am I selling to? You utilize the people that you've built using social media to tell them who your target audience is. And you can choose one of those options as well. Then from there, you can also choose just a lookalike audience, which will look for new people that aren't relatively like following you and engaging with you, but have similar traits, so that we could try to get more people out there. So now, instead of it being a tight niche, we're going into a little bit broad, but not overly broad, which will spend a little bit more money, but not as much as if you just didn't choose anything at all. Now, after that, going into the ad creative, obviously, you choose this. I just have something really basic, just this one here, where it just set everything, going in there, pushing it, goes to the website. And one thing that I do like now right here is Facebook actually lets you choose all these. They'll change the way that the person looks. They'll put it in like a jewelry store. They'll show you, hey, let's try these different ad creatives for you to see what gets the best results. The only downfall about this is that they don't share the results for you. They won't say, hey, did your original work out, or did the one that looked like it was in a jewelry shop work out? They won't share those. In addition to that, when you select, different things in here, like primary text, say I select one of these instead of what I originally wrote, it won't share the results on that either. But it's still good to give them that option to say, hey, try to sell this, try to sell that. This works if you have a website, because you can look at the pixel and conversion to see if it's helping you or it's wasting your money. If you're using Etsy, this is kind of a downfall just because we can't monitor that conversion. So you think there's any questions on that before I move on? One more.
Sorry, man. I'm
no.
getting over a sinus infection here. Yeah, I think this would be a good time actually to ask for some questions. So let me know in the chat. If anybody has any questions, let me know in the chat. The chat got a little bit hijacked by somebody trying to use it as a support channel, but I think we got that taken care of here.
While I'm waiting for some questions to pop up, I just want to show one more thing, all right? With social media, so many people spend hours making social media and putting posts of social media. So I actually have real people that I'm going to show you right now. I created a program similar to Hootsuite. It's only $17 a month, but to show real people doing this. So this right here is Raf. Raf right now, this is just 7 days. In the past 7 days using social media, 1,870 likes. He had 257 posts, 12,000 impressions, right? You can see how many posts he's doing. Kath over here, 140,000 impressions, 42 new followers, 722 likes. I mean, it all bases on how many you do. So how much you can get out there to be seen, right? As you can see, Raf has 50 new followers and 257 posts. How is he getting so much traffic? It's all because of that. So really quick, just to show you how something like simple as easy like this is, I created this program. You just click new post, create new post. Let me just make this post really quick. I could select, hey, I want it to go to all these different accounts. I'm going to add that picture in here. Let's just add this one, insert file, right? Get this necklace, something like that. You can actually switch it so each one would be different if you wanted to. Write anything in there, hashtags, whatever. You click post, schedule the post, and it puts it at exactly what time would be best for your people, your actual individuals that are following your account. So it makes it simple, easy. So when people are like, how is Raf able to get 257 posts out there in 1 week? These are the things that are able to do that, because you can at Pinterest and all that, unlimited accounts.
That's really cool. That's really cool. That's $17 a month.
Yeah. So I made it affordable because Hootsuite charges $500 a month. Sprout charges $300 a month. And when you're starting out with a business, you don't want to, waste money, right? I mean, like unnecessary money that's not going to, you don't know if it's going to work or not work, which, it's just ridiculous on how everybody, I remember Hootsuite used to be free when I worked at Samsung. It was free.
I remember that too. I used it for free. Yeah.
It was free. And now it's $500 a month. So when I saw that and people are like, how do you post so much on social media? I was like, you know what? Let me create a system for you called 1 hour social. So 1 hour a week and you're done. So 1 hour creating all these posts throughout unlimited accounts, unlimited stuff, $17 a month. and you can get out there and start getting that traffic. And then you take the traffic that you're getting, those followers, those likes, that engagement, and utilize that for your Facebook ads if you want, or just do like Ruby Moon with the hats and just use that per se and just keep on posting on there.
What's the URL if anybody wants to go check it out?
It's school.com/1hoursocial.
To get to the software?
Yeah, because that's how I use payment processing. I onboard everybody. And I have a course in there to teach them about social media.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll show my
I've never seen a funnel like that before.
Yeah, because
someone's asking in the chat if it does TikTok.
It does do TikTok, yes.
That's really cool. By the way, this was not actually meant to promote this tool, but that tool is pretty freaking cool, huh? You've got some fans here, George.
I try to keep everything as cheap as possible because I want people to succeed, you know? So that's why I just wanted to talk about that for just 2 seconds. If anybody was like so curious, instead of spending hours, time is money. And everybody always says that, but nobody understands like the systems that you put in place is how you get more time back.
Oh, absolutely.
I was talking about that the other day, and I'm like, you can either spend 8 hours doing one thing, or you could spend, you know, a couple bucks, automate that whole entire process, and now spend 8 hours making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what, you know, but again, it also comes down to there's so many programs out there. There's so many people trying to like take advantage of users. And I hate that. I hate that as, you know, a business owner myself that was used to programs like Hootsuite being free, you know, and it just bothered me. So I was like,
it was so different. Even just 5 years ago, it was just so different.
It's crazy though, because I mean, it was free. It literally was free.
Yeah. $500 a month. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then Sprout is 300. And then Buffer, here's the funny thing. So Buffer's like, oh, we're only $5 a month. Buffer's $5 a month for one social media account, and they limit how many posts you can make per month. So after you finally add all your social media accounts and have the unlimited availability, it comes to anywhere from $70 to $150 a month.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, it's like a trick, you know, you get in there thinking it's $5 a month. Next thing you know, you're spending $100.
All these guys are in trouble with all these vibe coding tools that are coming for them. Like I think not to get sidetracked, but I think of Calendly. I'm like, dude, those guys, man, they're on a short timeline. The tool's just not, it's just not that advanced. I mean, they just have network effect right now. Anyway, what else we got here?
Yeah, definitely ask some questions because I know I talk very fast. I try to pack as much.
You want to do Q&A?
Yeah, for sure.
You want to move to like Q&A? Okay, cool. What questions do you guys have? Go ahead and load them up here. What questions do you have for George? Why we have him on? What questions do we have here? George, do you have that ChatGPT stuff you were showing us earlier? Are there do you have like go-to prompts on that you can share?
So I have a video that I created on YouTube. It's got like 83,000 views on how to prompt correctly. Really, it's just about understanding that ChatGPT understands you, kind of. Okay, so as you're creating prompts, which I could share the prompts so you can share it with everybody on ShineOn in you know, POD.
I like that. Yeah.
So I'll share all that with you so that they can, you know, generate it and understand how to do these. But the crazy thing is with ChatGPT and AI systems in general is they start learning who you are. And I don't have to prompt as much as I used to back in the day because it'll know what I want. So if you ever watch me on a live, I'll always say like, this is my client. And the reason being is because otherwise they'll start thinking it's my product. So I'll be like, this is my client's artwork. This is my client's necklace. This is my client's, you know, so on and so forth. Otherwise it starts thinking it's mine. And it'll put it in the way that I like it. So I like very luxurious looking items, you know, I want marble countertops and stuff like that. But in the sense of this is a client's product that may be boho, I need to say, this is my client's product. What does this look best in? Otherwise, if I say, hey, put this in the best scene, it's going to put in a scene that it knows I like. Yeah,
no, totally. Everything changed when the model started gathering context.
Yeah.
Basically, the importance of prompting started to diminish.
Now, one thing really quick is I want everybody to understand that these tools are so important for your success, like all these systems. instead of using the tool as a sense of, hey, rewrite this email for me, hey, create this ad creative, hey, do this, do that. I actually did have a picture up that I forgot to share where I took the ad creative and I said, what is this company doing incorrect and what can I do to make it better? Right. So now I'll take that ad creative and I can share that really quick. Hold on. Let me pull that up. All right. Do you mind if I share that really quick? Just to show
absolutely, man. For sure.
So.
Any questions you guys have, get them loaded up in the comments. I'm going to be moving to those in just a moment. Do you want me to pull your screen back up?
Yeah, really quick. So this is just Allo. I just chose really random one. So I said, my competitors using this ad campaign. I want to break this down to help me understand what they're doing and how I can make the advertising better. I need an idea of better ad creative in the sense of a mock-up that stands out, the primary text, and what should I create static video and carousel wise. Give me as much information as possible so I can beat them. So the first thing it's going to do is tell me everything that they're doing correctly. So they're not selling. There's no explaining. There's no feature. So this is the new way to sell online. People are continuously batting it down, saying 20% off, 50% off, all this. You don't do that anymore. That's not how you're going to succeed. You have to not sell them to sell them. From there, what are they doing? Clean, natural aesthetics, multiple angles. They have a carousel feel, model positioning, the strategy, and then brand anchoring. Where is their ad weak? Problem 1, it's too safe. Problem 2, no emotional hook. Problem 3, no difference. How to beat this? Then it gives me some ideas for lifestyle contrast. Option 2, close-up texture focus. Option 3, transformative style. Then point of view angle. Static versus, carousel right here. What should I do? Giving me a whole breakdown here. And then your ad copy, what it would say, option A, B, C, D, and goes over and over every single thing in here. Now, one thing that I also want to just note is when you do create something like this, ask it to argue with you. So many people, because if you ever notice, ChatGPT starts yesing you. They're like, oh my God, amazing. That is an amazing idea. You should go with it, George. When in reality, if you take that ad creative and say, give me 5 reasons why this won't work. Give me 5 reasons why my customers are going to be upset with it. Give me 5 things that my customers aren't going to like. And then use that to make your ad creative better. Again, lowering your costs because you're being proactive and learning what not to do so that you can move forward.
Right. Yep. I found that if you ask ChatGPT to red team something, for some reason it understands red team as being like a counterfactual to what you're doing. It triggers it to play devil's advocate. For some reason, it knows what that means. It's like a role that it can take on. It does really well if you ask it to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a couple of questions. We don't have a ton. So what was the video program you recommended?
So I've been using Grok, Grok, just because it's cheaper. I know a lot of people out there, you don't want to spend a lot right from the start, but if you did have some money to spend, Kling.ai, so Kling 3.0 is one of the best video tools out there right now to date.
Yeah, Kling is great. Just so you know, Grok is, you get to Grok through X.
Yes.
So to sign up for Grok, you're actually signing up for an X account. I think you have to sign up for premium or something like that. I think it's $18 a month.
I think I pay like 40 because I have like the little blue check mark, but yeah, I think it's only like $20, $18, something like that.
Yeah. And it's come a long way. It's pretty cool. I was actually surprised when you showed me that video. I mean, I knew that they had just released a new video model, but the way it maintained its the consistency throughout the shot there was pretty impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it all does base it off those simple prompts. Some people put too much information in there or don't know exactly what to write. And then that's where like for paintings and stuff like that, sometimes the painting will move and the dog will like jump off the painting. So you have to say, This is static, don't move, like let it stay still type of thing.
Yep. Yeah. And they just like a week ago, they just updated the model for object consistency too. So yeah, it's really cool. All right. So next we have a question from Pauline. So do not make your social media post an ad, but make it an informational post instead.
Yes. Yeah. So it's not selling. You're no longer selling people. Instead, you're just making it informational because they're trying to envision their life with it. So if it's a necklace, like the emotional connection of a graduate, the emotional connection of giving it to your grandmother, your mother, or even buying it for yourself, they start sensing and seeing themselves wearing it and using it versus you trying to sell it and be like, this is 30% off, get it now. Because if you know, even yourself, when you're shopping and you're scrolling through social media, it's just a turnoff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you can get the prospect to either have an emotional experience related to the product, or if you can get the prospect to imagine themselves using the product, wearing the product, something like that, that's almost a certain shoe in. And that's like a super old trick. Super old trick. Let's see. Next, we've got Annette says she uses Higgsfield. That's cool. So you pay for an ad that is just a post. Do these ads have a website link?
So you don't paying for the ad just as a post, you could do that or create your own AdSense in there based off of that previous post. You would send a link to the website that you're trying to have them go to, because you don't want it to go to just a regular basic page where they have to try to find that product afterwards.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Okay,
you have to think about yourself. Like, do I want to click on it and then try to find it myself? No, I'm going to get bored and probably bounce. And if I bounce too many times, especially on a website, Google starts ranking you less because they're seeing that as a bad website. Same thing with Etsy. If they bounce too many times, they're going to start ranking you lower and lower.
Even Facebook will. They're tracking the experience of the user, and if they're bouncing and not taking appropriate actions, they'll penalize you with higher CPMs. Cool. I actually, George, I think that's the end of the questions, man. I don't see any other questions. Do you have any other kind of takeaways you want to leave with people before we move to wrap this up?
Yeah, so I'm all about trying to get organic as much as I am trying to get you to lower your ad spend. So really, one quick tip and note here: if you do have your own website, creating blogs will help you rank faster on Google. So Google looks at value. So if you create some sort of value within your website, so say if you're selling some jewelry, you're selling, different things like different night lights and stuff like that for people, you can create a blog about it, which will just talk about the value of it, talk about things like that, and then have that product in there. Google will start seeing that because they're crawling the internet, and they're going to rank you much faster. Next thing you know, you're on page 5, then page 3, then page 1. Yeah. So that's a free thing to do where you can get ranked much faster. So when somebody searches up, graduation necklace, you're going to come up as long as you're creating the value for Google. So, having that is a good thing.
It really makes a difference when you start using paid traffic too, because it's like as soon as Google starts to see traffic hitting your website, it boosts all your rankings. I've seen this time and time again. So yeah, that's really cool. So George, if people want to learn more about you, where can they go?
So I have YouTube, George D. McConnell. You can also just type in George McConnell on Google and find me. I come up, and there's also this person that died that was a guitarist. That is not me. I'm alive. So just choose the one that actually has a YouTube account, and you'll find me.
Yeah, very awesome. Well, dude, thanks for coming on today. This was awesome. We'll have to do this again.
No, thank you so much for having me on, and I hope everybody in here learned something. I'm also going to provide you with all that information too, so you can just give everybody else that.
Yeah, we'll drop it in the comments in our Facebook group underneath this post. So if you're not in the Facebook group, here's your cue, right? Go join the Facebook group so you can get access to the prompt and all the other resources George is going to provide. George, man, thanks a lot, dude. This is great.
Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you everybody for spending the time with us. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Look forward to seeing you next week. Happy selling. Take care.